microphones, please rise.
There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can say that can't be sung.
There's nothing you can say that you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love is all. Love is all you need. 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 All you need is love.
Everybody.
All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. 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 Love is all. 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 Love is all.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is John Morris, and it is my great privilege and my honor to welcome you to what I promise is going to be a very ambitious and very musical wedding ceremony that's going to require a lot of help from all of you, so please don't be shy. But before we begin right out of the box, let me explain to you all that I'm not a preacher, a pastor, a parson, or a priest. I'm simply a good friend of Ashley and Kyle with no traditional, with no specific religious affiliation. But I am bound closely with Kyle and with Ashley and with many of the people here by a close bond of friendship, by an abiding faith in the power of love, and by a shared belief in the transcendence of music as its own spiritual endeavor. And so I am honored to be here today with all of you to officiate a wedding that rings as true as all of the love songs performed by our great band of friends, Annie and Tim and Rachelle and Alix. I'm calling them Uncle Johnny's band. Give it up for the band. Now, what struck me most about that passage is how both the Bible and the Beatles understand what is the central motif of this wedding. All you need is love. Love is all you need. In any event, however, this is not exactly a traditional wedding. Neither Ashley nor Kyle observe any organized faith right now, and for better or worse, they've asked me to officiate this wedding. My religion, as I've suggested before, is music. And so I choose to punctuate this ceremony with songs and lyrics and the wisdom of several artists and musicians who over the years have taught me the power and the poetry and the perfection of well-chosen words. And so, accordingly, for our first musical interlude, I invite Ashley and Kyle to hold hands, face Uncle Johnny's band, and I invite our four close friends who all adore you greatly to perform directly to you a song that Eve and I have, my beautiful wife, Eve and I, my beautiful wife of over 41 years, have long considered to be our song, a song by the Beatles most of you know called In My Life.
Places I'll remember all my life. Some have changed, though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I though I often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
So it's time for the love story. Ashley went to visit Kyle in Ocean Beach, and the two of them went out singing Beatles karaoke. Someone in the band, or someone in the bar, knew Kyle and referred to Ashley as Kyle's girlfriend. And Ashley thought to herself, yeah, that sounds just about right. Let's do this. Since then, Ashley has never once looked back, never questioned her decision. Since then, Ashley has been living a dream, it's true. Why, Kyle? Because she's seeing it through, wasting her time with you.
Wanna be an actor, pretending on the stage. Don't wanna be a writer, with my thoughts out on the page. Don't wanna be a painter, 'cause everyone comes to look. Don't wanna be anything when my life's an open book. A dream, it's true. I'd see it through. If I could be wasting my time with you.
Now, Kyle tells almost the exact same story. He was living in Flagstaff, going to Northern Arizona University, when he heard that 4 girls moved next door. The boys all went outside, acting cool and casual, of course, but Kyle tells me he focused immediately on Ashley, and he thought to himself, as I have heard him say so many times since, she's just so beautiful. Kyle recalls that the magic first kiss came during one of the Brothers Gow's pit stops in Flagstaff. He too tells the story of Beatles karaoke night, but he also told me of cuddling with Ashley later on the beach and how he immediately felt that they were just so comfortable together and it just felt right. And since that moment, Kyle too has been living a dream. It's true. Why, Ashley? Because he's wasting his time with you.
Wanna be a farmer, working in the sun. Don't wanna be an outlaw, always on the run. Don't wanna be a climber, reaching for the top. Don't wanna be anything when I don't know when to stop. A dream, it's true, but I'd see it through.
Microphone's coming to you again.
I could be wasting my time with you. So if I'm inside your head, don't believe what you might have read. You'll see what I might have said. Come waste your time with me. 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 Come waste your time.
So far, I have shared with you only the chronological history of Kyle and Ashley's relationship, how they grew up, how they fell in love. But every wedding also needs an invocation, something of a sermon, to explore through biblical text or otherwise the mysteries of love or the nature and challenges of the marital commitment. But like I told you, my religion is music. And so the scripture that I choose to share with you today is drawn not from the Bible or the Torah or the Quran, but from the music of the Grateful Dead. Specifically as my text, I intend to share with you today my interpretation of and the lyrics to the song Terrapin. Now, this song is familiar to many of you, but it's also unfamiliar to some of you, so please permit a brief introduction. A terrapin, of course, is a turtle. But the reference to terrapin has taken on a mystical and magical meaning in the subculture of the Grateful Dead. It represents a sort of mythical utopia, a place where all the creatures on this planet, people and turtles and dancing bears and even a cute little dog named Tangerine, all coexist in equality, where music fills the air and peace and love rules supreme. Okay, nowhere as perfect as that really exists, and maybe Terrapin is just a figment of Jerry Garcia's imagination. But I'm certain of this much. Terrapin exists at least as a state of mind. A state of mind we all might someday aspire to attain. So with that background, let me explain further that I've chosen this song because it is, I believe, the most honest song about love ever written. And it's honest, I think, because it illustrates that the basic decision whether or not to love another person, whether or not to give your life completely over to another person is a choice. It's a choice that offers great reward, but that also risks great pain, and for which the ending is never certain. But enough of the introduction. Let's begin with the lyrics. The song begins with a group like us sitting around a campfire at dusk, perhaps. In the classic Greek tradition, the storyteller, me today, invokes his muse, the better to cast his spell on his audience. Let my inspiration flow in token rhyme, suggesting rhythm that will not forsake me until my tale is told and done. While the fire lights aglow, strange shadows from the flames will grow, till things we've never seen seem familiar. The storyteller then introduces us to the two protagonists of the story, the sailor and the soldier. The sailor, the romantic, willing to take a chance on love, and the soldier, the pragmatist, unwilling to risk possible heartbreak. Shadows of a sailor forming, winds more foul than Pharaoh swarm. Down in Carlisle, he loved a lady many years ago. Here beside him stands a man, a soldier from the looks of him, who came through many fights, but lost in love. Now, I don't want to be too literal here, but I'd like to suggest that Kyle is the sailor in this story. Idealistic and passionate, an optimist and a dreamer. But to make this story interesting, we need a love interest, we need a girl. A love interest, and the storyteller continues. While the storyteller speaks, a door within the fire creaks, suddenly flies open, and a girl is standing there. Eyes alight with glowing hair, all that fancy paints is fair. She takes her fan and throws it in the lion's den. This ideal woman, this object of desire, Ashley, of course, she means to test these two men, the sailor and the soldier, to see which one is worthy of her love. Which of you to gain me tell will risk uncertain pains of hell? I will not forgive you if you will not take the chance.
If you will not take a chance.
So what's a guy to do? You want the girl, you want to be worthy, but you're going to have to wrestle the lion, and you might get killed in the process. So what happens? The sailor gave at least a try, the soldier being much too wise. Strategy was his strength, not disaster. The sailor, Kyle, gave at least a chance, jumped into the lion's den, risked it all. For what? For love. Now at this point in the song, there's a long musical interlude where I imagine the sailor doing battle with the lion, but the outcome is still very much uncertain. Finally, we hear again from the storyteller, but I must warn you, he doesn't tell us the end of the story. He does not presume to tell us the end of the story. The sailor coming out again, the lady fairly leapt at him. That's how it stands today. You decide if he was wise. The storyteller makes no choice. Soon you will not hear his voice. His job is to shed light, not to master. And that, I suggest, is where we are today. Ashley Baker, the beautiful girl, eyes alight with glowing hair, all that fancy paints is fair, and Kyle, the handsome and romantic sailor, poised here today on the altar of matrimony. So how will this story end? The congregation around the campfire wants to know, and they implore the storyteller to tell them more. But I said before that this is an honest love song, and it's an honest love song because it does not offer false promise about how any particular love story will end. Will it end in heartbreak and misery, or will our young lovers find the harmony and the beauty and the music that is Terrapin? Since the end is never told, we pay the teller off in gold in hopes he will return, but he cannot be bought or sold. Today, I'm just the storyteller, and I can't tell you how this story is going to end, because now it's up to Ashley and Kyle to write the chapters of their own lives together. Today, they've chosen love, and I encourage them to choose love every day, forever. But as the storyteller, I get to offer Ashley and Kyle a final benediction, and for this, I return to the lyrics of Terrapin. Inspiration, move brightly, light the song with sense and color, hold away despair. More than this I will not ask, faced with mysteries dark and vast. Statements just seem vain at last. Some rise, some fall, some climb to get to Terrapin. Now the song includes what I will call an epilogue, and I think it offers great hope for this union. We'll return to it in a few minutes. But if we cannot know for sure how this story ends, let us share together how it begins. Beautiful vows that Ashley and Kyle have written for each other and that they intend to share now for the very first time between each other in front of you, this congregation of their closest family and dearest friends. Ashley?
Kyle, you have an undeniable, magnetic, and intoxicating air that surrounds you. Everybody here knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. Smile, your laugh, your kindness, your humor, all of your energy. list goes on and on. Your greatness is contagious and all-encompassing.
They say good things come in threes, my kind, joyful beauty. So I will say these 3 words. I love you. A smile on your face, you're in the right place. We are 3 of a kind. I will always grow with you and support you through life's changes.
I will always grow with you and support you through life's changes.
I will always do my best to listen when you need to speak.
I will always do my best to listen when you need to speak.
I will always love you no matter the day, night, or the in-between.
I will always love you no matter the day, the night, or the in-between.
I will always be your home, your safe place, your warmth.
I will always be your home, your safe place, your warmth.
And I
I
promise to... Okay, let's start it again.
Okay. And I promise to always cut the cheese with you until we can cut the cheese no more.
Those are beautiful. Now, I told you earlier that the song Terrapin is honest in part because it does not presume to tell us the end of the story, recognizing that that narrative now belongs to Ashley and Kyle. But there is a beautiful final verse to the song that I believe offers great hope. It alludes to the planet Venus, the second planet from the sun, named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. It is the second brightest object in the night sky, bright enough to cast shadows at night, and occasionally visible to the naked eye in broad daylight. And here's the verse that gives me such great hope.
Counting
stars by candlelight, all are dim but one is bright. The spiral light of Venus, rising first and shining best. Oh, from the northwest quarter of a brand new crescent moon. Crickets and cicadas sing a rare and different tune, Terrapin Station. The spiral light of Venus rising first and shining best. The goddess of love and beauty, casting her bright light over the night sky over Terrapin. Now, Ashley and Kyle have chosen to exchange rings, and I'd like to suggest that those rings are akin to the spiral light of Venus and are representative of the peace and the love and the harmony that Terrapin represents. So, do we have the rings? And so, Ashley, as you stand here today, before your closest family and dearest friends, do you accept the premise of Terrapin? Do you promise always to point your heart towards Venus? And do you pledge always to strive for the balance and the beauty and the harmony and the music that is Terrapin? If yes, place your ring on Kyle's finger. Say I do, and place your ring on Kyle's finger.
I do.
And Kyle, as you stand here today, before your closest family and dearest friends, do you promise always to point your heart towards Terrapin? Do you, and to pledge your heart towards Venus? And do you promise always to strive for the balance and the beauty and the harmony that is Terrapin? If yes, say I do, and place your ring on Ashley's finger. Finally, then, before we put this marriage to a vote, I would like to offer Ashley and Kyle a final prayer drawn from a short but simple song by a singer-songwriter named Sam Baker. I present these lyrics as a prayer to the universe to bless Ashley and Kyle's union with peace, with kindness, with love, with faith, and with grace. And so, Kyle, and so, Ashley, go in peace.
Go in peace.
Go in kindness.
Go in kindness.
Go in love.
Go in love.
Go in faith.
Go in faith.
Leave the day
Leave the day
day behind us.
The day behind us.
The day is done.
The day is done.
Go in grace.
Go in grace.
Let us go
Let us go
into the night,
into the night.
not afraid,
Not afraid.
not alone.
Not alone.
Let us hope
Let us hope
by some good
by
pleasure
some good pleasure
safely to
safely to
arrive at home.
arrive at home.
Let us hope
Let us hope
by some good pleasure
by some good pleasure
safely to
safely to
arrive at home.
arrive at home.
And now I have a special request from our bride. She told me months ago that she wanted this wedding to be a time of healing and reconciliation for everyone in her family and for everyone in attendance. A time to recognize and honor the blood and celebrate the love that brings us all together in this celebration. And so in that spirit, I'm asking everybody to sing this song again one more time with me, to Kyle and Ashley, of course, but each to each other, so that we may all go in peace.
Go in peace.
Go in peace.
Go in kindness.
Go in kindness. Go in love.
Go in love.
Go in faith.
Go in faith.
Leave the day.
Leave
The day behind us.
The day behind
Day
us.
is done.
The day is done.
Go in grace.
Go in grace.
Let us go
Let us go
into the night.
into the night.
Not afraid.
Not afraid.
Not alone.
Not alone.
Let us hope
Let us hope
by some good pleasure
by some good pleasure
safely to
safely to
arrive at home.
arrive at home.
Let us hope
Let us hope
by some good pleasure
by some good pleasure
safely to
safely to
arrive at home.
arrive at home.
Okay, now that I have you all exactly where I want you, it's time to put this union to a vote. Our decision together on this matter will be final because on matters like this, what better authority than the authority of Ashley and Kyle's closest family and dearest friends? The rules will permit up to 4 negative votes because I assume that there may still be a couple of old girlfriends or boyfriends in the audience who think they still have a chance. So, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Again, aye.
Aye.
Last time. Aye. Anybody opposed? No, of course. And therefore, please repeat after me, by the powers vested in us,
Powers invested in us.
we now pronounce you wife and husband.
Wife and husband.
Wife and
You
husband.
may now kiss each other. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Ashley and Kyle Merrill.
Sunshine daydream. Walking in the tall trees. Going where the wind goes. Blooming, blooming like a red rose. Sunshine daydream. Sunshine daydream. Sunshine daydream. Sunshine daydream. Sunshine. Walking through the tall trees. Blowing where the wind blows. Moving in the red rose. Sunshine.
Congratulations. My pleasure. Thank you. Hi.
Sunshine daydream.
Everybody hang out below. We're going to cut the cheese together.
Sunshine in the cold mix. Sunshine daydream. Walking through the tall trees, living like a red rose, sunshine daydream. Two of us riding nowhere, spending someone's hard-earned pay. You and me Sunday driving